Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel and my first ever YouTube video. My name is Addie Rose, and if you are not familiar with who I am, you might, just might, recognize me from this video. This is me, one day on keto, starting at 220 pounds. This is me 1 week on keto at 211 pounds. This is me 1 month on keto at 203 pounds. This is me 6 weeks on keto at 200 pounds. This is me 2 months on keto at 197 pounds. This is me 3 months on keto at 195 pounds. I lost 25 pounds and 13.5 inches, but I'm not done yet. Or if you're here right now, you're probably from my TikTok account at addierose__. I am coming over from TikTok. Yay! I'm assuming if you're here right now, most likely you are here from TikTok. And if that's the case, hello, welcome. I am so excited you're here, and I'm so excited I can continue to connect with you guys on another platform. I'm so excited to continue to share my journey with you and to be able to devote more of my time and energy into putting out content for you guys. YouTube is going to be a great platform for me to be able to connect more with you and being able to put out more of the content that you want. First, I want to thank you guys all so much for all of the love and support you have given me over the last couple of months. You guys have really kept me going. I keep moving forward because of you guys, and I love you all so much, and I am forever grateful for each and every one of you, and I am so excited to start this journey with all of you. It's gonna be amazing. Anyway, in today's video, I will be going over my keto diet journey with you guys. Since that's kind of what has gotten me to this point, I figured what better way to start off my YouTube channel than the topic that has given me this opportunity, which is the ketogenic diet. Many of you have already been following right alongside me in my keto journey on TikTok, and again, I cannot thank you enough for all of the love and the support and the encouragement. It truly has been an unbelievable experience so far, and I just can't wait to see what the future holds. But anyway, I do know that a lot of you already know a good portion of my keto journey because of TikTok. However, it's all in so many different videos. I feel the best thing to do is to just explain my journey into one video for you guys. I'll be going over like how I started, what my body experienced through it all, and just all of that good stuff. I will be making more keto videos in the future if that is something you guys are interested in seeing. I have boatloads of information, so definitely some more keto videos are coming your way, so just keep an eye out for those. Make sure to stay until the end of the video for 5 tips to kickstart your weight loss journey. All right, let's get right into it. First, what is this ketogenic diet, also known as the keto diet? I will be briefly explaining what it is for those of you who do not know. However, in this specific video, I'm not going to get into too much detail about what the keto diet is. That'll be another video on its own. So essentially, the keto diet is a high-fat, low-carb diet that focuses on burning fat as energy instead of carbs. With the keto diet, you want to have a balance of about 75% fat, about 20% protein, and about 5 to 10% carbs. Now, these ratios will look different for every individual body. As I say it all the time on my TikTok account, every body is different. Every individual body is different, and you always want to listen to your body. So these ratios are not gonna look exactly the same for everybody, but it's a good starting point to have an understanding of what keto looks like. This reduction of carbs puts your body into a metabolic state called ketosis. Ketosis is ultimately what you want to reach on the keto diet. This will help your body burn the fat instead of carbs. So ketosis is where you want to be on the keto diet. Again, I am not going to go into full depth of the keto diet in today's video. That will be a whole separate video, but that was just a quick and basic rundown of what the keto diet is. Okay, so now let's talk about my journey on the keto diet. My journey on the keto diet lasted about 6 months. I started December 16th of 2019 and I finished about the middle of May. I don't have an exact date, but it was roughly 6 months. I did have a 3-week break during that 6-month time period, and that was actually right when COVID kind of hit the States and everything was shutting down and the stores were empty. I actually did not have the ability to do my diet because the stores were empty. So that is the reason I had a break from keto, was just due to lack of supplies, but as soon as I could, I did get back onto it. I did lose 40 pounds and 27 inches while I was on the keto diet. My starting weight was 220 pounds and my starting measurements were, my waist was 34 inches, my stomach was 42 inches, my arms were 15.5 inches each arm, my hips were 41.5 inches, and my thighs, each thigh was 25 inches. So those were my starting measurements. When I officially stopped keto, my weight was 182 pounds and my measurements were waist 29 inches, stomach 35 inches, arms 13 inches each arm, hips 37.5 inches, and my legs were 23 inches each. In total, that is 27 inches lost and 38 pounds lost based on my measurements. Granted, my measurements were not perfect, but I did the best that I could do. I did hit the 40 pounds lost mark at one point during my keto journey, and I was at 180 pounds for a little bit. However, I have put on a couple pounds of muscle, and something that's important to remember is our bodies are always fluctuating. If you're fluctuating between a pound or two, try your best not to stress it because our bodies are always in a constant state of change. So please just keep that in mind. My current weight is 184 pounds and my measurements are the same, give or take a half inch or an inch. For me, keto was great and it made me feel great. I saw a lot of improvement in my energy, in my sleep, in my attitude. It also had some medical benefits for me personally. For those of you who do not know, I do suffer from chronic migraines, and before keto, I was getting anywhere from 4 to 6 migraines a month. And during the 6 months of being on the keto diet, I only got 2 migraines. So that is huge, and I was not on any medications at the time. I also have a rare form of migraines called hemiplegic migraines, and they make it much worse. So for me to only have to go through 2 migraines in a 6-month period is literally a miracle for me, and I do owe that to keto. So yes, it has its benefits far greater than weight loss. Yes, it was great for weight loss and I did lose a lot of weight, but it did improve my sleeping schedule. It improved my energy and my attitude. It helped me with my migraines. So keto is much more than just a weight loss fix. Something that I do want to mention, and I've mentioned it many times on my TikTok account, is that keto is not for everybody. And that kind of goes hand in hand with any diet out there. Not every diet is going to agree with your body. So the best advice that I can give you is to just listen to your body, please. Just listen to it, okay? If you do try keto, just understand that there is something called the keto flu. So you might feel crappy for the first few weeks, but let's say you're on it for a month and a half or 2 months and you feel like crap, I would get off of it. you need to listen to your body and make sure you do enough research before doing it. This was something that taught me so much. It taught me how to count my macros. It taught me how to track everything I was putting into my body and being aware of everything that was going into my body. It taught me how to portion control and to listen to my body. That's the biggest thing that this experience has taught me. It's just taught me how to have a healthy relationship with food. And ultimately, that's what I needed. I didn't necessarily need to lose weight. I mean, I did for my own health, but it was so much more than that. And it was something I needed as a learning experience. One thing that I can say is that this diet has taught me good eating habits. Granted, I understand that the keto diet isn't the healthiest diet out there according to some people because of its high concentration of fat and sodium, which I understand people's concerns, but it has taught me healthy eating habits, and ultimately that's what's important because the goal here is to live a long and healthy life. So getting started on the keto diet, I do get a ton of questions from people asking me how I got started. I obviously made sure to do my research. I talked to people around me who had done keto before, and I just planned ahead of time before doing it. I had a few people in my life who did keto, so I was able to get some information from them, and I also was around them through their keto journeys. So I was able to pick up a little bit from their journeys. So that gave me enough information to at least get started and to start my research. I did do a ton of research and planning before starting this diet. My mom has always said, failure to plan is planning to fail. So I have used that in almost every aspect of my life. It is always important to plan and to prepare, and that goes into like meal planning and meal preparation. So just keep that in mind. Make sure it doesn't matter if it's keto or not. If you are on a diet, make sure you are planning week by week or month by month, however it works for you, but make sure you have a plan set out in front of you. After gaining an understanding of what this diet would look like, I constructed a basic grocery list. This list was always being modified and can always be modified. Also, a good tip I have for you, plan out recipes every week. The day or two before you go grocery shopping, plan some recipes. Have some recipes in your mind or written down that you would like to do that week, and that way you can shop for those recipes. Obviously, I wasn't perfect with this diet when I first started, and there was a lot of learning that I needed to do and a lot more research that I needed to do. And again, that goes with any new diet that you're ever gonna try. It takes time. It's a learning process, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. In my opinion, usually the hardest thing when starting a new diet is knowing what you can eat and what you cannot eat and what you should buy at the grocery store. That to me is always the hardest part of any diet. So that's why that was like my first step doing keto, was making sure I had these lists of what I can and cannot eat and having my grocery list. After that point, it's all about counting your macros, watching what you're putting into your body, and following keto-friendly recipes and or keto-friendly diet plans. Carb Manager is an app that I highly recommend if you're gonna do the keto diet. I'm sure it's a great app for other diets, but Carb Manager is great at tracking your food and tracking your macros, which if you don't know what your macros are, that is your fat, your protein, and your carbs. So you always want to keep track of that with or without being on the keto diet. So Carb Manager is great at tracking that. If you're going to do the keto diet, I recommend getting that app or find an app that you like. Carb Manager also has great keto recipes, so that's another reason why I do recommend Carb Manager. When I first started doing keto, I wasn't very educated on it, and I did feel a little lost myself. So at the beginning, technically I was doing what they call as dirty keto, and it did take a lot of time and learning and mistakes to start to correct that. And eventually I did get into clean keto, and ultimately that's what you want to be at. I can't say it enough. It's literally a learning process, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We're gonna mess up and we're gonna not always understand what we're doing. So it is okay if you feel a little lost at first. Again, this is with keto or any diet. I know for a fact I felt very lost when I was first starting this diet, but it just takes time and patience, and do your research. I thoroughly enjoyed my time on the keto diet, and I might do it again someday, but for right now, I am just eating whole foods and eating as natural as I can in conjunction with regular exercise. Here are some tips for the keto diet if you are on it or interested in going on it. My first tip: research, research, research. Can't say it enough, do your research. Talk to your doctor first. Make sure that you are medically cleared to do this diet. Stay in contact with your doctor as you're doing it. Again, everybody is different, so just talk to your primary care doctor or your physician, whatever. Please get some kind of food tracking app. Like I mentioned earlier, I personally recommend Carb Manager specifically for the keto diet. Plan out your recipes every week. This will save you so much time, so much frustration, and it'll help you keep on track of your diet. Plan out all your meals, your snacks. Just plan. Remember, failure to plan is planning to fail. And have a consistent eating routine. Try to eat around the same times every day. Try to stay away from processed foods and unhealthy fats. I know that can be a challenge during the keto diet. If you are eating unhealthy fats or processed foods, that is dirty keto. Clean keto is staying as far away from those as you can. You do what's best for you. But if your goal is to just get healthy, I would recommend staying away from processed foods and unhealthy fats. Drink a ton of water. A ton. Please, just drink a lot of it, okay? I say it, and I'm gonna be very repetitive with it, but drink water, a lot of it. And lastly, have electrolytes on hand. If you're on the keto diet, I promise you're gonna need them a lot. These tips are what has worked for me. You don't have to do this. This is just what has worked for me. Writing out the diet into my journal surprisingly is extremely helpful, because as I'm writing it, I'm able to retain it and then always have quick access to look at it if I ever need to. So if you want, write out your whole diet plan into a journal that you're gonna have easy access to. Make a list of what you can and cannot eat on whatever diet you are on. Having lists of what you can and cannot eat, honestly, is a lifesaver. And try to always have a list of recipes that you want to try every week. Again, having recipes in mind is going to help you and save you time. My overall rating and review of the keto diet and keto benefits. Remember, everybody is different, but for me, I give my overall experience on the keto diet a 9 out of 10. Here are some benefits that I experienced while being on the keto diet. It provided me with so much energy. I slept better, I functioned better, I had a better attitude. It minimized my migraines. I lost 40 pounds, so that's an obvious benefit. And it taught me how to portion control and to listen to my body. Cons to the keto diet. I only found 3 cons. The keto flu. The keto flu is literally miserable. Thank goodness it only lasts a couple days. Next, dehydration. Dehydration is pretty common with the keto diet. It does not last the entire time. The dehydration does go away, and it can easily be fixed by drinking water, drinking your electrolytes, so on and so forth. My last con is fatigue when I started the diet and fatigue when I was transitioning out of the diet. However, during the diet, I literally had so much energy. So don't let that stop you. I am just giving you my feedback. Now, very quickly, I am going to touch on how my body responded while transitioning out of keto. Currently, I am not on the keto diet, and I have transitioned into a natural whole foods diet. The first week being off of keto, I basically ate whatever I wanted. However, I did continue to count calories and be mindful of what I was putting into my body. So I wasn't eating junk, but I was not following a specific plan. I did gain about 8 pounds initially when getting off of the keto diet. I also got extremely bloated for the first week and a half, but the weight that I did gain has quickly come off, which has led me to believe that it was just mostly water weight. Plus, reintroducing carbs into your life, I kind of figured that was gonna happen. The bloating did go away pretty quickly, and I did experience extreme fatigue within the first week and a half to 2 weeks of getting off of keto. Again, I kind of figured that was gonna happen, but here we are now, and none of those things are an issue. I am not bloated. I actually feel wonderful. I am not, fatigued or anything. I feel really, really good right now. So yes, the first week and a half of transitioning out of keto was a bit of an adjustment, but now I'm feeling really good. Overall, keto was an amazing experience. It provided me with a ton of different benefits. So I really loved my time on this diet. And again, I thank you guys so much for all of your love and support through this whole thing. And I couldn't have done it without you. And I am so excited to see what the future holds. Now for what you've been waiting for, 5 easy tips to kick off your weight loss journey. I know it can be intimidating to start your weight loss journey or to start a new diet, and sometimes you can feel lost. So here are a few tips that I have picked up over the last couple of years that I hope will help you kickstart your weight loss journey. Drink a lot of water. You want to drink about half your body weight in fluid ounces a day. Number 2, stop eating packaged snack foods. Start replacing your snacks with fruits, veggies, or nuts. Number 3, stay away from added sugars and sweetened beverages such as soda. Number 4, make sure you have your last meal a few hours before bedtime. Don't eat right before bed and stop late night snacking. Number 5, last but certainly not least, count calories. This in itself can really help you kickstart your weight loss journey, because when you're counting calories, you are more aware of what you're putting into your body, and you're less likely to overeat if you're being aware of your calorie intake. I hope these 5 tips give you a place to start, and if you ever have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask them in the comments, to DM me, or to email my business email. I will be doing more keto videos in the future if that is something you guys are interested in, and I will also be bringing you alongside me in my health and fitness journey. I'm so excited to continue this with you guys, and I am beyond excited to finally be on YouTube. All right, and that basically wraps up today's video. I hope it's not too terrible of a video. Bear with me as I am learning. This is my very first video, so just bear with me, please. But yes, that wraps up today's video. If you have any video requests, make sure to leave them down in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please, I love you forever. Anyway, I will see you guys next week. Bye. Whoosh.